Once upon a time, there was an old house far away from the city, known to be haunted. The houses around it were all abandoned, and people always told terrifying stories about it. But no one dared to get close. One day, a brave young man named Khalid decided to prove to everyone that these stories were just myths. He took his flashlight and went to the house at night. When he arrived, the wind was howling, and the trees were making eerie noises. Khalid opened the door with a loud creak and started walking inside the deserted house. Everything was dead silent, but suddenly, he heard footsteps behind him. He quickly turned around but saw no one. He continued walking, his anxiety growing. Every room he entered, he felt the presence of someone or something watching him. In the living room, he saw a rocking chair moving by itself. Cold sweat dripped down his forehead, and his heart began to race. He tried to convince himself it was just a trick of the mind, but the sound grew louder. Khalid decided to leave the house, but when he reached the door, he found it locked. He tried to open it with all his might, but it was no use. At that moment, he heard a whisper close to his ear saying, "There's no way out." Khalid froze in his place, feeling cold breaths on his neck. Suddenly, everything went completely dark, and no one ever saw Khalid again. And the house? Still abandoned, people still talk about the young man who went in and never came out. If you're brave enough, you might visit it at night and find out for yourself what happened to Khalid.